What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and today we have a very exciting, very explosive, and very scary day to discuss. We have a lot of things to go over and a lot of things to look at, and this is going to be the year that millionaires are made. What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's video we have a lot to go over, a lot to discuss. It is very scary, I am very excited, and this will be the time when millionaires are made for a lot of good reasons. Now, last we left off in yesterday's video, we discussed that this very well could be the bottom for a lot of these cryptocurrencies, specifically the stock market, which is what we have to look at. And then we're also going to be looking at cryptocurrency, obviously, as well. That's the main focus, but I think we're going to be a little more heavily weighed on the stock market in today's episode because that seems to be the biggest scare factor right now going on. But there's also been some huge movements within cryptocurrency too that is going to cause a paramount shift and correction across the board here. We've been looking at this stuff for a very long time. We've been patiently watching this market for a very long time, and things are just now starting to take shape. First and foremost being, you could see XRP here, and it almost looks like we could even get away with doing something like this. I actually don't even know why I didn't do this in the beginning here, because this is way more accurate than we had before. I don't know what was wrong with me. This is beautiful. This is how it is properly meant to be drawn here. So little change on the XRP charts. We look chef's kiss amazing here, but we're also going to be looking at Solana, which is obviously heading lower yet again. QQQ, which we're going to be looking at here. Ethereum, we're going to be looking at. Let me move QQQ. Ethereum, we're going to be looking at. We have Bitcoin, which has seen a major sell-off again. We just hit $73,000, sheer massive sell-offs across the board. We're also going to be looking at FSPGX, which is seeing a massive drop, and then the stock market, the S&P 500 that we all have come to love. And we're going to be checking this out as well and talking about that these are huge buying opportunities. When do you have markets and this much of a free fall on sale? This is a huge buying opportunity come this morning, so I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. Now guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, remember BYDFI has a half-decade anniversary going on where they're giving away some free cryptocurrency. In this mass frenzy and sell-off and panic, why not collect on some free stuff? They're doing some free cryptocurrency to give away to everybody. I think it's excellent. And I'm going to show you in a second how you can claim some free cryptocurrency. But definitely make sure to check it out. Link down in the description. Anyone, it's free to join. And if you have an account, then you can get in on some of this free stuff here. But by literally clicking the 5 here and scrolling down, you now can claim some free stuff. So we're going to draw. Let's do pink and see what we can win. We just got a $10 coupon just like that. And there are some other rewards. Let's do another draw and see what we get. We got the F here, so we have almost completed this here, and when we complete the following tasks here, when we get all the cards, we might actually win an even bigger reward, which is super cool. So we got 3 more days, 3 more cards left. Hopefully we can win this here, and we'll get some really cool stuff. So definitely make sure to take advantage of all this down in the description below, and then we'll talk about BYDFI more later on in today's episode here, but if we don't get around to it, we already spoke about what's happening in yesterday's episode here, but massive sell-off, down 7.7% today. The stock market hasn't even opened. We are in the extreme fear category, and there's a chance we could head slightly lower, but the markets are all in mass sell-off and mass panic. The last time we hit 17 on the Fear and Greed Index, I don't even remember when this was. I guess it was not that long ago, back actually in, what is this, March 7th or 9th or something, March 10th. So, okay, not that long ago, but prior to that was a very long time. So to see that now is definitely a beautiful sight, if you ask me. And the fact that everything is now in free fall is insane. Everything is down double digits across the board within crypto, which is obviously a lot more volatile compared to the stock market here, but we're in free fall. I do think this could be the bottom in XRP, which is certainly exciting. Like, I do think today we have hit, before the stock market opens, the bottom. That doesn't mean we're not going to go back down to $1.60 today, but we should probably see that being retested. We are now nearing overbought or oversold. Oversold on the weekday chart, the daily chart, and when we were over here, we were extremely oversold. But with this slight adjustment, it now is in inclusion with a lot of these other cryptos and markets. I don't see us having something accurate like this. This doesn't look all that accurate here. I'm trying to make it work here. It doesn't look like that. So I think what we have originally is pretty similar. We have what we have right here. This is also a possibility like that, but we've pretty much with certainty discussed and discovered where this kind of fractal is and how we're forming here. So we do look very nice, and we are on the way down. We're near oversold on Solana. We're near oversold on XRP. So these are the bottoms, and there's a good chance come today or this week, we'll hopefully be able to reverse up here. So this is a good buying opportunity. And again, we are waiting for the pop. We are inside a beautiful descending fractal. This will explode sooner than later here on XRP, and we will break through this price ceiling and rally out. We are below the daily chart here. So once we confirm closure above that, we should see that mass rally, that reversal. But for the time being, we are in the stair-stepping downwards pattern here, which is certainly accurate and very well that we can track. So I'm glad we did discover this, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of confirmation. It certainly is in this kind of descending fractal. This is kind of how the patterns take shape here. And then moving forward to like Solana, similarly, also in this descending fractal, we're waiting for us to make the point of decision here. We need to confirm closure. This actually looks even better, like leaving this downtrend here. I can delete some of this stuff because you can kind of get the gist of it. I don't need to draw it on anymore, but you can see kind of the pattern here. If I delete that, you can kind of see this downwards trend. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. And this is pretty much the newfound downtrend. I mean, could we extend this more? Nah. This is what we have, this kind of symmetrical descending fractal that is getting constricted here. And once we fill this in, we hopefully can reverse back up to moving average here, which will be a nice buying opportunity. So we're getting dangerously close to the low on a lot of these cryptocurrencies, and it's going to open up some huge buying opportunities. Ethereum here is very low. You can see we've been tracking this massive sell-off, just this stair-stepping downwards pattern. At some point, we are going to hit a bottom. We are going to breach that top resistance, and we are going to rally up to daily support. It's only a matter of time because we are extremely oversold and we are undervalued. So we are getting close to having some pretty monumental good buying opportunities. But markets are shifting downwards here. If we jump to the weekly charts here, we are getting closer to neutral. You can see we were at one point extremely overbought, trading at freaking 77 on the Fear and Greed Index. Now we're down to 41. So we certainly look good, but there is possibility that Bitcoin could head all the way down about 60K. That would be similar to where I would think a bottom could be. And then we have another year or two of consolidation before we head back up to retest $100,000. But we do look good though. I really don't think there's anything surprising or shocking that we are experiencing right now. We are in a downtrend. We are scaling lower, and there's a good chance that weekly bottom support is in our reach or where it has its target set. But I really want to look at like the stock market now that we've covered all this. Like we have hit bottoms and we're getting low. And there's a chance we could go lower, but everything is good, is my point here. But what I'm most excited for is the stock market. And I do have QQQ pulled up. You guys are like, oh, are you getting shilled, getting paid for it, blah, blah, blah. No. The reason I have it pulled up here is because it shows me the pre-market trade and more than likely where the market will open in the next 25 minutes. So at 9:30 when the market opens up, we're going to see when the market opens. And it's most likely going to be at 412, which is pretty low. And that would confirm, I have it drawn here, a drop in price of about 23.7%, which is huge. That's a massive sell-off on here. The worry, and we're looking at this on the monthly, and I don't think it's that accurate because we have never hit the monthly candle ever here on QQQ, so I don't think it's going to happen. But like and you can see we're also at 45 on the relative strength indicator. Last time we were there was in 2022, and before that it was back in 2018 when Trump did that massive sell-off, that scare, and we had here very similar in the sell-off position here. This is huge. Like that there's not many of these chances that come in your lifetime to take advantage of these market swings. And this is one of them. This is a very big buying opportunity for where we are. Extremely oversold like this. We haven't been this low since 2020, since the pandemic. So to see this again here is a huge buying window and opportunity. Last time we fell, we hit moving average here. We're doing that same thing right now. If we do decide to pull up, it's easily going to be like a 40% run. It's going to be huge. It's going to be epic, and you're going to make a lot of money. So without a doubt, consider taking advantage of these lows here. Without a doubt, take advantage of these lows because it's going to be incredible. It's going to be an incredible run, like at least a year of gains without a doubt. So just pay attention to this. It will be huge, buying opportunities across the board, not just for QQQ, but like same thing with FSPGX. Like I could very easily see us go up, 40, 50% into next year. easily rallying up. This is only a short-term pullback, a necessary pullback. As you can see, I've drawn the previous drops in the markets here. This was 21% during Trump's first version of his tariffs. Then we had 2020, the pandemic. Then we had the interest rate hike and inflation and the sell-off. This was premeditated with Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve trying to lower interest rates, trying to lower stimulus and remove money from the economy, causing people to not pay. This is what was that. This was after that, a huge rally. And here we are factoring in the scare of tariffs again, huge sell-off, but one that is not all that uncommon. And we should now expect to see another buy-in opportunity. I mean, we could fall lower. There's a chance we could fall lower. But where we currently are at 25 on the RSI, we haven't been that low in a long time. This was a slow, drawn-out year of pain. This happened in 3 months. So we are at the same low as we were during COVID. So I don't think we're going to have much more low to deal with, if that makes sense. And then we should rally up after that. So I'm pretty excited across the board with a lot of these cryptos. Stock market too, lowest it's been since COVID. Like, we haven't hit this low since COVID. So the likelihood that we keep falling is slim. We're going to be down 20%, hit a bear market. Maybe we'll go a little bit lower to 25, 26%, and that's it max. And then we should see some good news and markets should start to head back up. But this is a massive buy-in opportunity, I'd say this week. So definitely be prepared, because you're not going to get many opportunities like this. And that goes for, I would say, more stock market than crypto, but we'll talk, I would pause on crypto. Stock market's definitely a huge opportunity, but that's what I plan on doing, buying in the second the market opens up. And that's it. So definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. See you in tomorrow's video. Peace.